Welcome to Take 17 of the Unedited Series podcast, where we choose to live boldly and courageously, embracing a life that is unedited. Here, we show up as our most authentic selves in a world that applauds inauthentic and majority thinking. I'm your host, Rontiade Benson Idahosa. I'm a peacemaking light worker, a lover of justice, and in this take, we're talking MBS30, my mind, body, and soul challenge, which begins every year on February 8th and ends on March 8th, my birthday, and also International Women's Day. And so, first of all, what is this challenge, right? Why did I come up with this? The idea is to engage meaningfully and intentionally in an activity that inspires, evolves, and benefits your mind, your body, and your soul daily for the next 30 days. And so why this challenge, right? So I've done this for several years. I created this challenge because I believe that transformation is not just about waiting for a perfect moment, right? It's about showing up for yourself daily in small but meaningful ways. And so there are many people that feel disconnected from their highest selves because they compartmentalize their mind, their body, and their soul instead of collectively honoring all of them as one. Right? And that makes me think of the law of divine oneness, where your mind, your body, and your soul are not separate. You see, when you nurture one, you uplift all of them. And so if you think of this spiritually, right, there's a biblical reference that says that, we should be transformed by the renewing of our minds. And this challenge invites you to do just that, to assume the state of someone who is already living in perfect alignment. And so remember that peace actually comes from within because it's your default state, right? We don't seek it on the outside. You're not chasing change. What you're doing is uncovering what has already always been innate within you. And so the idea is to take small, consistent actions, right, that create lasting transformation. The reality is built on daily choices. Change doesn't happen in grand gestures. It happens in the micro moments where you make small choices, choosing, to read instead of scrolling on social media, to move instead of being stagnant, to be still instead of being restless. And from a quantum physics perspective, you guys know I love science. Every small action shifts your energetic frequency, your aura, your vibration. So let's talk about some of the common resistance and how you can actually overcome them, right? Remember that your thoughts actually create your reality. Florence Shin would say, that your life outpictures your thoughts. So here's what you might be thinking, right? Number one is, I don't have time. I really don't have time. I have so much going on. But the truth of the matter is that you actually don't need time. You need intention. Just 5 minutes of deep breathing, of mindful movement, or of reading actually compounds over time. The second excuse I hear a lot is, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And so my suggestion there is just to keep it simple. Like, choose one thing for your body, one thing for your mind, and one thing for your soul. And then the third excuse I get all the time is, I won't be perfect. What if I miss a day? What if, what's if ningering? Bam, perfection is not the goal. Commitment is. Perfection is not the goal. Commitment is. And so let's talk a little bit about what I call the sacred trinity, the mind, the body, and the soul. So I think of the mind as the architect of reality, right? The Buddha says that what we think, we become. Your thoughts shape your perception. So what are you feeding your mind daily? It's so important that we're living in the end, right? Assume the identity of a person who prioritizes knowledge and growth, and that is who you will be. So in this category, some of the examples that I always suggest are, reading a book, right? Engaging in brain games, learning a new language, picking up that old instrument that you may have abandoned, pre-COVID, limiting the time that you spend on social media. These are all things that will develop your mind, right? And help you stay connected to that sacred trinity. When it comes to the body, I think of it as the vessel of energy, right? And that's what's required, right, to keep the body in good health. It's actually a sacred duty. It's a responsibility, right, that we have to ourselves, because otherwise we are not going to be able then to keep our minds strong and clear. And so when I think about activities that you can engage in for this challenge, your body is not just physical, right? It holds memory, it holds energy, it holds vibration. And so movement, right, nourishment, these are all things that recalibrate you. And so what can you do? You can add something that's healthy or eliminate something that's unhealthy, right, from your diet. You can exercise, of course. There's strength training, yoga, Pilates, walking, right? Caring for your body, being kind to your body, right? So if you think about maybe adding, healthy fruits, drinking more water, eliminating sugar, eliminating salt, these are all things that will eventually, ultimately add up to be able to provide better support for your body. And then when it comes to your soul, I think of our soul, right, as the way I've heard it referred to as the portal, right, to the infinite. And for me, it's a place where my spirit communes with the Spirit of God. It's my inner sanctuary. And so I guard it vigilantly, zealously, right? And so some of the examples that might be helpful to you here are perhaps meditation, breath work, stillness, allowing divine wisdom to flow from within. I define meditation as being present in the presence of that which is always present, right? It's focusing your mind to commune with Source and with yourself. Breath work has a multiplicity of physical and mental and emotional benefits, right? It can calm anxiety, it reduces stress, it lowers blood pressure, right? And one of the exercises I always think of here is to deep breathe in for 4 seconds, hold the breath for 7, and then breathe out slowly for 8. Do you want to try that with me? Let's do it quickly. We're going to breathe in for 4. I'll count you off. Breathe in, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Breathe out for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Wow, don't you feel that? You feel the calm? So you can do this periodically throughout your day. I have an alarm on my phone at 2 o'clock every day. And so I just pause as often as I can. And I just do this exercise, do it 5 or 6 times. And you will feel the difference totally within your body. All right, so finally, we'll talk a little bit about stillness, which is just about slowing the body down, right? So when was the last time that you actually paused to feel your own heartbeat? Another thing that you can do in this category is just reflection. That can be as simple as just going over your day or doing a body scan, right? Recognizing where in your body you feel tension, not just where you're talking about tension, but where do you actually feel it within your body? When we talk about reflecting over your day, what felt right? How could you have shown up differently? How will you show up differently? Is who you are integrated? Right, Neville Goddard says that, one must assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, right? So connecting with your soul is not just about striving, but actually surrendering into your true essence. And so I want to offer you 4 practical steps and encouragement, right, on how to stay committed. The first is to set an intention. Fam, this is your life. No one is going to come to help you, to rescue you. No one's going to come to force you, right, to make it better. Choose devotion to your evolution. Number 2 is to track your progress, right? Journal, right? Share it in the comments. Send me an email or find an accountability partner, someone that will hold your feet to the fire, right? In Nigeria, we say someone that will hold you gidigba, right? To hold you accountable to the commitments that you've made. Number 3 is to be flexible, right? If you miss a day, don't quit. Just begin the next day, right? And finally, visioning, right? Some people like to have vision boards. Some people, go into meditation and they envision themselves as that version of themselves, the manifested version of yourself, right? Some people find it helpful to be able to see themselves, right? Or to see their goals physically outlined. And so, like I said, I set reminders on my phone. Again, fam, this is not about extreme discipline. It's about balance. It's about homeostasis, right? It's been said that there is no path to happiness. Happiness is the path. And so an affirmation that I offer to you that you can use for yourself daily is that as I nurture my mind, my body, and my soul, I align with my highest timeline. So here's my call to action, fam. Will you choose expansion today? Right? Let me know how you're going to show up for yourself in this season. Those are my thoughts of the day. Do with them as you will. Blessings.